it stays like this, Papa, I'm really glad I live here. This is really good. Thanks.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I am Papa Pepper, and my boys and I, Bugger and Monster Truck, went out and caught us a good pile of gar yesterday. Right here, just careful. I gotta try to get some of these. Hold on, I got trouble hooking me. I caught 3. And that's the most gar I ever caught in one day. And Monster Truck caught 2. And that's gonna be a pretty good meal for our family. You know, we like to eat a lot from the wild. I'd much rather go to the lake than the grocery store. Much rather come out here to the garden than have to run to town. And we're just trying to set things up in a way that we're able to do that more and more and more as time goes on. I thought, since I'm gonna be cooking up that gar from the wild today anyway, and I got a good video on how to eat trash fish. Episode 1 is gar. I got one in the works for carp, common carp. But I'm gonna harvest some of these blackberries today. Gonna harvest some other things and just make a whole meal. Mostly from the garden, and then also from the lake. And take you guys along. We got our tomatoes in late this year, but looks like the first Romas down here are getting ready. And got some Malabar spinach, some purslane, some other things. So I'm just gonna show you guys kind of some of how we do it around here. Look at that. You guys see them all? See all the dark ones? And oh, this one just looks like so ready. So this will be like our fruit off to the side. You know, get these berries. I'll come up to this wall of wall of Malabar spinach here. Look at this. Oh, I haven't planted this in years. I planted it once years and years ago, and now it just comes back every year and gives us more than we need all summer long. And if I had some carp salad right now, I'd definitely make sandwiches out of these. You know, use this for the wrap. Oh, that'd be really good. We use carp as a tuna substitute. Get it local, make it ourselves. And last 3 people we let eat carp salad, they liked it better than tuna salad, which is pretty awesome. Oh, wow. So anyway, I'm gonna do a harvest. I'm gonna do a little talking about it. Look at that. You guys see that? And take you guys along for the ride, and then show you our meal, and maybe a little bit of us enjoying it. Here we go. Hummingbird over there checking out what I'm doing. It looks like I got about the perfect size bowl for these. These are the Thornless Blackberries. As you can see, we've just got a solid wall of them growing here, and Mama Pepper's contemplating if we just don't run a whole border kind of as the front entrance gate to our garden of those. They fill in really well, then they bend over and go a really long way. Anywhere they touch the ground, they'll grow roots, so they're really easy to propagate. I was actually just taking some cuttings, dropping them in water, and some of those are making roots. These berries, of course, are a magnificent size, especially when compared to like the wild ones, and the flavor is amazing, and they're thornless. These were originally introduced to us by Shalom Acres. Definitely learned a lot from those guys. Blessed to have interacted with them in person as often as we have, and you know, that's going to be good for a family our size. When we have 7 children, 6 of them who would be, you know, eating this. that's pretty hefty for a harvest, and there's so many more to come. Everything over there that's red right now is going to eventually be black, and we're going to have to stay on top of it while it goes through this part of the year. And that's one thing we love too, is just eating in season. Strawberries, we ate those for a while. Then we ate the golden raspberries. Now we're moving on to these. I just love how it just continually goes throughout the year. Just a couple more I'm going to grab, and then I'm going to move on to the Malabar spinach. There's only so much of this that makes sense to harvest for eating fresh, just because it's so beautiful, it's so thick. I just like making these big stacks of them. Look at some of these leaves. These guys are amazing, and they're kind of thick. A lot of times I explain it like a purslane like thickness to them, and actually we're going to have some purslane with this as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But Malabar spinach is a tropical plant. It's a perennial down in the tropics where it just keeps growing and growing and growing. Here in our zone, so we're in the Ozarks, we're in like 6B, 7A, and it reseeds itself. If I let it go, I see some of the flowers starting now. It'll make all these little berries. They're flavorless, but they're really dark purple, so potentially I'm thinking they could be high in antioxidants, and they just reseed themselves. They come back year after year after year. They make all of this wonderful food. You can't even really tell that I picked any, and I've got this big bowl, you know. Yeah, it's actually not all that fluffed up. It's pretty compacted with as thick and hardy as these guys are. But we have actually just frozen them and had them work pretty well. We love eating them fresh. Like I said, besides like as a salad base, you could use them as like, you know, a natural wrap. Tell you what, take some chicken breast, some pineapple, some green apples, maybe some cashews, saute all that up together, you know, add a little extra lemon juice to it, throw that in one of these and eat that up. That's some amazing stuff. But we're going to use it as a salad base today, and blessed to know this type of food. This is one of my top 3 garden plants, and one of the reasons is whatever grows amazing in my area, I'm just going to like. And it makes my life so easy. I haven't planted in years. It just comes back and gives me harvests at will. Anytime I want it, it's here in an overabundance that I never need to worry about depleting it. And I only have this one little section here. First year I think we had 12 or 14 plants. Now we just got whatever comes in on its own. And it's amazing. So, love that stuff. Let's get some purslane. So this plant growing through here, this is just one plant. It's this huge, big, bushy thing right now, and it's purslane. If I snip little pieces of that off, I can use that. It's a great wild edible. It is so incredible for you, and after I harvest some, I'll probably tell you more about it. But it grows here wild, so what we do is we save the seeds for it. We plant it certain places where it comes up. If it works well, we just let it grow. And then we learn to incorporate that into our diet, because the more natural, native, wild things in your area you can be eating, the easier gardening gets, because you don't need to plant this stuff a lot of times. And then if you want to, you can kind of begin to cultivate it, begin to save your own seed and replant it and stuff like that. So I'm going to add a pile of this to it too. It's got a really good crunch to it. So I'm going to dice it real nice and fine, and mix it up with that Malabar spinach and a couple other things. Little 5 Feline skink just ran down through there. Part of our organic pest control posse. We got a lot of different lizards and things that help with the bugs out here. But yeah, purslane, absolutely wonderful. Some people call it like a superfood. Incredible amount of vitamin A in it. What else? High in like omega-3 fatty acids. Really good for you. Good for the vision and other things. We love it. And normally when people think about like beta carotene, they think about carrots, but this is a really good source too. I think it's got a good flavor. It's got like an iceberg lettuce type crunch. I really like that. And one of the cool wild edibles that, you know, we've just been incorporating into our diet over the years. And so much of the wild edibles too are so good for you. So for the salad so far, I just got the Malabar and the purslane. I think I'm gonna get some walking onion greens. And then I think the beans are starting to come in. Plus I should pick a tomato. So let's go check that out. So these are the Egyptian walking onions right now. These guys are kind of done for the year. They sent up this big long one. This was probably about 3 feet long, and then they got all these bulbils here. And they call them walking onions because, like I said, that was about 3 feet tall, and then it'll tip back to the ground. All these will be the next generation of them, and they'll all start sprouting. So these bulbils you can plant. I actually got to harvest these and list them in our Etsy shop. I know they normally sell out right away, but here they've got some of the greens coming in. It's just kind of like a big hollow chive. They're really tasty. We really like them. They're here all year round. So in the winter, I can come out here and pick them whenever I want. And then last year I started dehydrating them too, which is really cool because the dehydrated ones taste like and smell like the best Italian type seasoning ever. Absolutely love that. So yeah, these guys, there's just piles of them here that I got to harvest here, let them dry up a little bit so they don't mold in shipping, and then list them in our Etsy shop. And I know a lot of people have been asking about them. We've got a great video about them if you want to learn more, but Egyptian walking onions, I'm just gonna grab a couple to add into the salad for a little bit of that onion flavor. And that's gonna be really good with this purslane and Malabar spinach. And we got our stuff in late this year, so this is gonna be the first tomato I pick out of our garden this year. Oh, it looks good. I wanna cut it up and add it to the salad. So let's get a couple beans and I'll cook up that gar. We'll put this together. So a handful of beans in the mix is gonna be good and tasty too. I'm not even sure what variety this one is, but green beans, you know, people like them raw, people like them cooked, people can them. We've actually pickled some before too. Very tasty. And remember, never pick all of them. If you let these grow a little bigger, they'll make all your seeds for next year. And then if you live in an area where seeds are illegal next year, you'll still have them. And if you live in an area or you can still buy them, you won't have to. That'll save money. So looking pretty good. And I just saw something back over here behind me I gotta go grab too. Yeah, daylilies. I'm gonna put these in there too. These are probably like a double daylily, but tasty. They add a little bit of color to it. They look nice. Let's get that going too. And honestly guys, for just spending a little bit of time out in the garden while the children are doing the chores, that's gonna be awesome, especially when we combine it with that gar, which is my favorite fish to eat right now. So let's get this going. What happened to all that food I gave you?
I ate it.
How do you guys like it?
Good.
She's shaking her head no.
Amazing,
One
darling.
thumbs up. Oh yeah, look at that pile of berries the mama gets.
Salad,
We got
delicious.
Gar still going up. I just started tapping into mine. That salad is amazing, isn't it, my lady?
So good.
Mine.
And we actually got a couple guys installing a new AC unit for us today. And we offered them some. They absolutely love it too. And even in the salad, I'm like, yeah, there might be like 2 things in there you've probably eaten before. But for the most part, Malabar spinach, daylilies, purslane, Egyptian walking onions, people mostly haven't eaten. The beans, tomatoes, you know, yeah. And they liked these when I came rolling up with those. Here, you want to try one? Just a simple meal from the property and from the wild. And that's how we like to do it. Thought we'd take you guys along. A couple people said, hey, I want to see more like farm to table stuff. So here's some farm to table stuff. Right there. And darling, what do you think about being able to go just to the property and get something like that? You know that cost at the store?
Thumbs up, Papa. It's wonderful.
And that's what I was doing while you guys were doing chores, kids. So thanks for keeping the animals alive. When they're not alive anymore, they'll join us for dinner. And by the end of it, all we got is some leftover salad, which makes life easier. Pre-made salad. Do that again?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope you inspired you today. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bug out.
Mama out.
Bug out. Thank you, my